Andertons TV and another episode of Tales from the Pedal Cabinet. What are we on now? Episode?
I don't know.
30 something?
Must be.
Must
almost
be a lot.
40.
And
Almost.
This is a video where we go and grab whatever the latest, newest pedals from our pedal cabinet are.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of unsung heroes, and we line them up and we just go through them. So today's video, and wait till the end because there's actually a special celebrity appearance at the end that isn't here now.
Number 5.
Yes,
you won't believe what.
We got a Silktone Overdrive Plus, great pedals from Silktone. The amazingly named Mullet Drive.
From Germany, so at Mullet, it has to be.
Has to be.
Absolutely.
The new Wampler Moffetta, I wonder what that is.
Links below.
Over here, the SolidGoldFX Aurras.
Digital Vibraphase.
Sorry saying that. Optical Vibro something or other. Mr. Black High Five. And then the secret one at the end, which isn't so secret, it's just not here
probably
yet.
on the thumbnail, isn't it?
Is the new Cali 76 compressor from Origin FX. You can use the timestamps at any point in this video to skip forward and see one of the other ones, but you must, what must they do, Pete?
Must like and subscribe to have some of the best content on YouTube ever. It doesn't matter. If you're looking for car advice, engines, lawnmowers, fixing, anything like that, just ask somebody else.
Right, let's start with the Silktone.
I love Silktone.
Silktone make amps and pedals, and they are great.
Yeah.
And this is a dual kind of overdrive thing, or it's an overdrive with a boost. So this turns the overdrive on and off. We've got some switches up here, I'll tell you in a minute. And then you can add this strangle and roar thing feature, which gives you basically more or less, depending on what mode it's in.
These days, if you start strangling anything, it's there was a Jim Jeffries thing when he was.
You know the band, the Stranglers.
Yeah.
Right. They're from Guildford. They were used to be called the Guildford Stranglers because there was a killer called the Guildford Strangler. And then when they started to get successful, their label or management just went, like, should probably just drop the Guildford bits, bit near the mark.
It was like Jack the Ripper, the new band.
Exactly.
Or
absolutely. The Ted Bundy 5. With Jeffrey Dahmer,
Jeffrey Dahmer and the Ted
quartet.
Bundys.
Yes,
Jeffrey Dahmer and the Bundys.
So yes, anyway, right, let's hear it.
Can we just go back to the clean tone? So I'm playing this lovely, this is serial number, what is that? Can you see that?
369.
Oh, 369. It's a Lion
so 3
STP.
times table.
Yeah. Look at that. Single P90.
Lion is this shape from Shabbat, and this is just a P90 wraparound.
Shabbat.
It's great.
I love this.
Yes.
Black headstock, man.
Tremendous.
I've seen people rave about this, like, yeah, I saw Body Blues and, you know, Ivanchik, Sasha, they were doing them. And
He's getting married soon, Sasha.
Yes,
yeah, congratulations. Right, so...
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so we've got some switches, volume, tone and gain, obvious, right? I love what basically the Silktone sort of bit of marketing blurb at the beginning basically says, what is there to say about an overdrive, question mark? Everyone does them, everyone's tweaked them. He's not trying to claim, you know, anything radically new in his. It's just basically his overdrive. Sounds great, right? It's actually this blurb that suggested we try it with a P90, which is why we got this guitar. So the switches are a bass roll off here.
Okay.
Let's listen to that.
Subtle.
It is, but I think that's what you want, isn't it? Just,
yeah.
It's just a subtle bass
depending
roll.
on the guitar. Oh, man, it sounds good though.
Over here we have a clipping mode. So left is asymmetrical, which says, crikey, I'm going blind. More texture and dynamics. Right is symmetrical, smoother and more compressed.
You need to eat more
carrots.
So let's
go more texture and dynamics.
That sounds good,
and then
man.
Smoother and more compressed.
I prefer it like that.
Boy.
Ouch!
It's really good.
I'm just gonna roll it down a bit. Look at if I'm using the if I'm using. And then full up on it. This is me backing it off. That's what it is, man. And then. No, back down again. Not all the way up. You see what I'm saying?
It's
you get
really good. Right, okay, so Strangle and Raw. Strangle filters things with a unique inductor based on a cocked wah kind of effect. And Raw removes the inductor for more of a full boost effect. So let's hear what that's
So you
like.
got cocked, raw,
I know.
strangle.
I tell you, I've never
I'm
heard.
a fan of this pedal.
We're so 14 years old again. But here we go.
That's like a fuzz.
And then Raw.
It's just a
Bloody
it's like
hell.
old school. Like, is it metal or is it like a metal sound? No, is it not? It's like
Hard rock, isn't it?
it's a
It's
hard
really
rock.
good. I mean, you're right. There are bucket loads of
but-
other videos
Yeah,
on this
everybody
pedal
sounds great
that
on it,
all the
and-
cool guitar players have done on them. So if we haven't convinced you to buy one, go and watch one of those, and
Yeah.
maybe one of them will. So I like that. It's not the cheapest overdrive pedal we sell. It's about 260, 270 pounds, something like that. But it is one of the best ones.
That is all right for that at the moment, isn't it? I mean, because can we hear that with a single coil, please? Like a Strat type one.
What amp are you using, Pete?
Oh yes, I am using the Deputy.
Do you want to use the purple one for a change?
Yeah. All right, look at this. The purple guy's come out. Somebody did mention that. It's just such.
Listen to that bass end.
Oh, I love this guitar. Ibanez DP51 pickups, and if anyone wants to... Wow!
Sounds great.
That sounded like a wow.
Coming for a haircut?
Yeah,
okay, let's do it.
I mean, I used to have a mullet back in the day, man.
I don't believe you.
I
never had a mullet.
I probably wear...
What do they call... What's the thing? Something on top, party at the back? What's that mullet thing they say?
In the front, party in the back. I used to have, even when I just started working over here in 2003 and 4, it was like you had a high top front and a little bit of mullet in the back. Well... Not long, but like here to here, but yeah.
This is from a company called Stoll in Germany, where mullets are still fashionable, and so they should be. This is a dual overdrive pedal, yellow channel. We're doing between the... Oh no, okay, we got... Yeah, okay, I don't understand that. This, I might, to be fair, have a version of this where the colours of the writing and stuff is different.
You do, because that is one they've made for me.
I see. Right, so we're instead of going red to blue, which is obviously what this is, the website says we should go between yellow and red. So I'm guessing you're going to get one. In fact, let's put a picture of it online now.
Yeah.
So you can see the writing is more yellow and red, and the channels go between yellow and red.
Oh, you might get this one. Who knows? Yeah, no. But at least red is always more, right?
So I'm assuming blue is the same as yellow. Blue is the new yellow. Yellow is the new blue. This is a germanium diode and a MOSFET combination of asymmetrical distortion with a subtle hint of fuzz. Ooh. And then the red channel goes over to a symmetrical MOSFET distortion for some harder sounds. It's perfect for exploring the characteristic sounds of different decades from the 60s to now, I guess.
To now. There's also a little switch in the back that allows you to turn that off. So when it says off, when it comes on.
Oh, I see.
That's
very German.
Or you can know which one is on all the time. So, you know, that way.
Whichever you want to do. Cool. Let's have a listen. This is this may be our most expensive pedal of the episode.
But how well is that made?
Very well. Again, very German. Literally.
That's like a Mercedes from 1984. Yes. Like a Maybach.
I totally agree.
Yeah, Maybach. That's just the... Anyway, let's see what it sounds like. Here's clean tone.
It's so much smoother than the Silktone.
So much smoother.
That you're almost like going, oh, is it even doing anything?
Yeah.
But it's just a different kind of smoother drive, isn't it?
Yeah, as Santana would say. Good sound, man.
It's got that much smoother ODR1 tube screenery kind of vibe to it, which I really like.
And very, what is it called? Sensitive.
Right.
So if I'm playing softly. Dynamic, that's the word. All the transparency, all that stuff. It's a wall.
Yes.
Where the other one is more like it's like driving around here. That's just walls you right in the face. It is literally a mullet hanging around in the wind, just behind it. Wow.
Here we go on the channel.
More mullet.
Let's have a little listen about what it's like. We're back on the less gainy channel and with less drive. So we're playing some nicer sort of just edge of breakup stuff, I think. doesn't feel to me like the two channels are... Like, you wouldn't use one as like a lead boost and one as a rhythm sound, because they're quite similarly
you'll have something to boost in before it. Yeah, I mean, it's very dynamic.
I did read something on there about talking about humbuckers. So we got something with some buckaboos on it, and just like, I don't know, you can just go Les Paul or
we can go this one over here.
Oh my gosh, go mini humbuckers. Yeah, wow.
I love mini humbuckers.
Wow.
And we haven't done this before.
No.
We haven't done this yet. The new Epiphone, inspired by...
Just the 63 Firebird, isn't it?
Tis the 63.
Tis the 63. Wow. Who knows what this is going to sound like? Yeah. Where's my Strandberg?
Where's my Strandly? That's much more of a conventional front end. It's much louder as well, that one.
Is it?
Either turn that down or the other one up. Completely different.
Great, both
completely different.
Sounding.
I love the way that wall of sound, and I love the way that it's very transparent.
I mean, I love that slightly shorter on top, longer at the back kind of gain topology that it's. Great pedal. Mullet Drive by Stoll. Links below for where you can find out more about that. Again, in stock at Andertons, free delivery next day, all of those good things. Shall we Wampler it up now with the next one? Okay. We've got plenty of suggested settings for this. The Moffetta from Wampler is our newest pedal. In fact, this only was released in the middle of May, so this should be hot off the press. Now, I must admit, I was thinking when I saw this name, it reminded me of the JHS Muffaletta. So I'm going, okay, it's an ode to the muff circuit. But it would appear...
An ode to the muff.
Yes, an ode to the muff. It's a poem I wrote many years ago.
Muff, Ardau.
I wandered lonely as a muff. Anyway,
flew past.
The Moffetta is indeed some sort of MOSFET-based clipping circuit.
Okay, so yeah, it's the MOSFET.
So it is described as a smooth yet fiery overdrive / distortion pedal with MOSFET clipping for authentic tones.
Yeah,
so let's get into it, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So it's not muffy then.
Get into that muff. Definitely not a muff.
It's an overdrive.
That's an overdrive.
Sounds good.
With some Johnny Winter, isn't it?
Well, with that,
Edgar Winter. What was the Edgar Winter song we wanted to play for the? Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Great song.
Great song.
What is that song?
I'm going to go through suggested settings just because. So this first one is called Clean with a bit of gain when you dig in. It's not really a name, that. It's just a description, isn't it?
This one. Meet my son. Clean. Clean with a bit of gain when you dig in. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's good.
Yeah, let's go.
That's good. Brian, well, that's good.
Mid-gain with the texture thingy here, gain here. And this is described as mid-gain with chewy tones.
Chewy. What have you got?
It was the worst Wookiee impression I've ever heard.
What do you got on here? You got. Oh, so you got level, gain, treble, middle, bass. Is that okay? Good. It's just so. Videos all day long and you have to find something new to play. It's impossible.
It's very right. This is now the same vibe but more gain. Right, now we're going...
This guitar's awesome, by the way.
You suit it, man. You suit it.
We are engaging the texture mode, which I believe now starts to do MOSFET clipping. So...
Almost takes a little while for it to warm up to the sound.
There's a raspiness in the mid-range that seems to engage. That's the biggest difference. Is I'm just going to do a quick, like...
That's awesome pedal.
I'm impressed. I've got this funny recollection of being very, very young at Andertons and sort of right at the end of that sort of H&H era. You know, you used to get those 2x12 kind of... And that was all MOSFET. It was just like, that was the sort of state-of-the-art solid-state technology of that era. And still, actually, I think now... If you know, although a lot of solid-state power amplifiers have gone over to that Class D, much smaller, lighter, more efficient, I still think some of those old MOSFET transistor amplifiers had a much more natural sound to them.
It's much more an analog feel as well. I thought you were going to talk about that alleyway down the side here and something happened to you when you were younger.
Well, that was a different MOSFET, so that happened one night with a man with a mullet and a Silktone. Right!
A bottle of Silktone and a
right.
Like that when you play through them.
Do all overdrives sound the same? Maybe.
Just play. I'll play a bit more on one, please. Those two are definitely more the same. That's got that smoothness going on in it. You know. You know what I would say? I'd say that's overdrive and that's a distortion.
It's like going to a bar and behind the bar there's like the 40 different types of whiskies or gin. Gin is always a good one. Which gin would your wife like? You know, gin and tonic? And you go, oh, I just said, no, darling, what would you like? She picks the most expensive one, of course. When you realise that they all taste the same.
Especially after you've had 4 of them already.
Yep. Anyway, that's the Moffetta. That's £199.
I like that.
And it's not what you thought it was going to be. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but it's good.
I love that.
Me too. Yeah, right. I've had enough of drive pedals now, so let's get on to something else. Look what's arrived! It's the new Origin FX Cali 76.
Yes,
that can sit there for the time being, and we'll plug it in at the end. The Aurras Optical Vibraphase is a powerful effects pedal named after the goddess of sound. What was the goddess of sound in Norse mythology.
I don't think there was one.
Wasn't that one?
No.
Okay. Shut Up. That was the goddess of sound in my household. Meets the legacy of its predecessor, the Athena Vibraphase, and a harmonious blend of legendary vintage Univibe textures and innovative modern prowess. Okay, so the buttons are... my favourite thing about this is actually the buttons, because I've never seen this before, so if it's been done before, I apologise, I've not seen it. But it's a modulation style of effect, okay, so...
That's delicious.
Sounds great, all nice and chewy and all of those lovely words. That you can either tap in the speed of the modulation.
Yeah.
Presumably, or adjust it using the knob.
Or
with an expression pedal as well. So many ways. Yeah. But this is what's cool. The two pedals work as either ramp up or ramp down pedals. So each time I hold this left-hand pedal down, it will ramp up to twice the speed that I was. And it appears to almost be infinitely.
Yeah.
And then the same on this one. Each time I hold it down for 3 seconds, it will ramp it to half the speed it was. It's really quite a cool idea. So let's just get a basic sort of tone out of this and see what it does, and then I'll show you.
That's a good sound, man.
The offset,
that's a good sound.
The offset stuff is this idea that, you know, I guess when it's 12 o'clock and you start, that's the natural start of the modulation cycle. If you offset it, it's going to sort of start during that cycle.
You see, they meet each other. The lights meet each other at some point in the cycle, don't they?
That's very cool. Very, very cool. All right, well, let's...
It looks like someone who's had too much to drink.
Just look. Hello. It's really nice. I feel like we need a really low drive.
Yeah, use maybe the Silktone. I was just taking on. Spit on.
Should we ramp it up?
Ramp it up.
Give us a chord.
It's funny, you can still hear the other one underneath it.
I can hear this one.
La 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 la. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's cool, isn't it?
It's very cool.
That's a great idea.
Right, so this one is always relative to this one. So this one is just the slow pulsing one, this is the fast pulsing one. But as you increase the speed of this one, this also increases, but relatively.
But relatively.
It's really cool sound.
Actually, Einstein came up with that. When he was eating a hot dog one day and he was
playing guitar.
Row, 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 row.
It goes a bit ring modulatory.
Where's the mix? Where's the mix?
You've got like a wet level and a dry level. I think you'd have some fun with that. I mean, I think it's one of those pedals you need to probably experiment, find your tones in it and stuff like that. But I like that.
Just turn it on and play.
I like that a lot. Not a lot, but I like it.
Do you like to do that?
Okay, so that, ladies and gents, is the Aurras, whatever it is. Okay, this last one here is quite a quirky little pedal from Mr. Black. Love Mr. Black pedals. He's only made 53 of these. Not sure what the significance of 53 is, but that's how many he's made. And it's a pedal that allows you to add a fifth interval to the dry note or the original note, and an octave interval, either above or below. It's kind of like, I was messing around with almost using it a bit like a POG, so doing the sort of Royal Blood kind of single note stuff.
Yeah.
And I had it with
slightly modulation on it, right? There's a little bit of.
It's got some natural flutter where the two, you're getting that sort of modulation of the notes. But look, this worked well with gain and single notes, though, I think.
It reminds me like an 80s, like a sci-fi film. The track's okay, man.
Yeah, so we can basically, we can have the intervals either above or below, so we could have a fifth and an octave. Or you could have the octave above and a fifth below. If you center it in the middle, this will now just give you an octave below.
It even does multiple notes. That's fun, man.
That's what it is. It's a little bit poggy, it's a little bit whammy-ish, it's just, I don't think there's any expression there, you can't...
Put it all the way up, everything up full. You need that low end.
I like it. You know what I've also realised as well, and I bet we could get it to track even better. We've put the drive before the pitch shift. I bet if you did it the other way around, it would probably track.
I would have that afterwards. I'll have that afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, so you better be quick with that high five. If he's only made 50 for the world, then, and you want one.
Well,
anyway,
it's 5.0, isn't it? It's 5.3. I don't know.
This is a small box, Mr. Pete.
It's been a while since I've seen a small box.
Look at that dinky. So Cali 76 was the pedal that Origin made their name with, really, wasn't it? Super.
And that was a big one like this. There's a big box. You put it on the screen here now, and it actually had the LED strip on the original one, and then became the next generation 2.
So is that the size of pedal that's on your board? The stacked
exactly.
one?
It is. That's the overdrive version of it.
Right,
but that's the old size. So side by side. I think it's the same width, right?
Yes. Wow, so it's got even smaller. So the Cali 76 guitar and the Cali 76 bass are now both available in this dinky enclosure. We're going to plug it in right at the beginning of our chain, and I shall read you what it does. So here we go, Cali 76. There is a lovely little 3-minute video on the Origin website that tells you the basic difference between this and the old one. But if I can remember rightly, we've got this new LED display, an improved side chain functionality, and what's happening now is the 9-volt input voltage is being pumped up to 24 volts, gives you a bit more headroom and allows you to use it with super hot pickups, line level instruments like keyboards, things like that.
And that's pretty impressive, getting 9 volt up to, because normally they would have on the other pedal, it's 9 or 18 volts.
And you had to actually use that in to get it. It says 9 volt in and it does some internal thing to make it 24 volts. Yeah. Now you're the compressor expert here, Mr.
I'm not.
Pete.
I just always said everything at 12 o'clock.
Is that what you do? Just 12 o'clock?
I
always think that your Origin Effects compressor that you've got, and you've got the stacked one, which is what, 2?
It's 2, so you can run them 2 into 1, and you can sort of run one harder than the other on one side and the outside,
but I love,
in and one out.
It always seems to give a very natural fatness to your sound. It just
lifts it up. I never compress it. I've always used compressor as an always-on thing, just to fatten up the sound a bit. So I never use them into the.
Well, look, let's hear it without and turn it on.
Just again off.
It just lifts it, doesn't it?
I mean, that is actually too much compressed for me already.
Is it really?
Yeah, I would take it. I would back off the compression. The cool thing about these is you've got the blend, so you could blend in the clean signal.
Right. So you've got.
So what have you got on here now?
So an input level, output level, a dry mix or a dry level at least, and then you've got your ratio, attack and release.
So you can boost into it.
I don't want to be. I don't want to say anything sort of negative about this because it's a really pedantically stupid, pointless, negative point. But that LED thing's distracting me.
I was just. The other one had this. It
just sort of glows.
Yeah, the LED here would do the glowing.
Yeah, it would like glow more or less.
It's like, oh, look, shiny.
It is.
It wouldn't distract me.
I think I need to understand what's it doing. Yeah. Like, is it the more it goes this way, the more compressed it is?
But just read up what it says about the sidechain, because it is a bit. People use that a lot when they sidechain compression into a bass.
Right. So the 10
production stuff.
The 10 LED gain reduction meter gives you an accurate visual indication of how the compression circuit is behaving. Once the signal exceeds the thresholds, the LEDs will begin to illuminate. The gain reduction meter shows you how much your signal is being compressed and how the compressor is reacting. So I guess the more we turn the compression up, the more we expect to see the lights go. But
why the right to left is weird?
That's not how it works. I think the more it's compressed, the less it goes up to the top of it. So the more it compresses it.
Yeah, the more compressed, the more it goes that way.
Okay, right. You know what? Actually, talking about this LED strip, I've seen that on the MXR bass compressor. Right. I think they use that on there's a compressor. I'm sure. See, there is one of those, and I think that did the same thing somehow. But I might.
So the dry control is the uncompressed signal. So I see how you blend this in now. So
yeah. So go all the way.
All the way. So that's very natural, very dynamic with a little bit of compression underneath.
But then turn it off.
Yeah, so this should be
completely compressed. Yeah. But if you then go up sort of about 3 o'clock with it, and then turn the pedal off. I mean, it's still the signal is still compressed for me.
It's very natural sounding, though, isn't it? That's what I like about it.
It's the top tier compressors out there, 100%. So if you
can, I just. So the ratio is relatively intuitive in that the more you turn it up, the more compression you're getting.
But let's just go over here so you get more of the compressor. Compressor. So I'm digging in, it just keeps the level the same.
You accentuate the compression by driving the input level harder.
Yeah.
Actually, look, I think again you get a setting and you. I think.
Yes, it's too much. But when you then, if you want like a
with gain as a sustainer boost thing,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I like. Do you know what? The main reason why I've ended up with the whitey tighty on my board for compression was just because it was so small. And I've kind of been. I wonder if I could fit that on.
You can fit that on there.
I might be able to fit it on. I do have a bit of space.
You're going to get a smaller tuner pedal. Look at me looking at the thing. Yeah. Can I fit it on mine as well, you know? Yeah,
it's very natural sounding. Do you know
this is the beautiful thing about it here.
There's one of these for bass players as well. Needs more reverb. Oh, it sounds good.
I love the blend.
I do think what makes the Cali 76 unique from lots of other compressors is it doesn't have that stereotypical compressed sound. It's like if you want
it can do it, yeah.
I don't know that it almost feels like if you want that, you're almost better off with one of those more over-the-top compressors. This to me just feels like the guitar sounds uncompressed, but it is compressed. If that makes sense.
Yes, yeah. It's very reactive to the way you play. See, it gets compressed,
yeah, but you know, I don't think that sounds like a Corey Wong style compression.
Maybe not, but it certainly does do it.
If anything, I don't think that was the best sound you had out of this. I think some of those other sounds were better. Right.
But anyway, it's great, and it's, you know...
That's a lot of pedal videos.
It's a lot of pedals.
Right? It's a lot of pedals today. Yes, I might go for a sleep. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Wow, that's cool.
Please jump on over to the links below to find out more about any of these pedals. They're all available to purchase, and if your purchase is over £150, you get free next day delivery in the UK. I've been the captain. I haven't said that for ages.
I've been Danish Pete.
See you next time.
From Holland.